Hey, hey, welcome back, guys. All right, so let's go ahead and jump on in. I wanted to do a love tarot story tonight, but kind of be a little bit more specific. Like, what does the universe or the guides or the ancestors have to say? So let's take a quick peek at this. What's their best message as in regards to love? Oh, okay. Apparently, we've got two. We have got a Six of Sacred Circles and a Four of Cups. This may be more of a message possibly for the divine masculine. Again, this could be a woman operating as the divine masculine energy. Hi, everyone. So great to see you all. You guys are so awesome. Thank you, RT. You sweetheart. Right back to you, love. Thanks for making my life so much better and brighter. AC, Ginger Montague, Jeannie Vale. So wonderful to see you guys. Bobby Harris, Cherry Coleman, Tina, Nikki O, Marikai. Thanks for being here. So we start out with a message from the universe about unity, fairness, togetherness, sharing of energy, and the idea of disappointments, illusions, um, missed opportunities. We can see that we've got only one little footstep tracks leading to the big old tree of life. And I like that the tree of life is actually decorated in this like fun brightly colored, like I think that we would plug those lights in and we'd have multicolored lights in this pine tree. I think that the gentle message from the universe here is, remember, if somebody's waiting for us at a tree of life and we don't get up and go join them, then we miss out. Um, and it can feel like those are the missed opportunities of our life. However, sometimes that's an illusion. Maybe sometimes we weren't ready for that opportunity. Maybe we needed to wait until a different season of our life when the snow thaws, when the snow thaws. Um, we're gonna start. I'm gonna just start putting ths in front of absolutely everything. Um, this feels this might feel like a big disappointment, but it's only a big disappointment if we don't either learn a lesson out of it, contemplate it, and ask ourselves why we didn't take a chance, or come to the conclusion that maybe it wasn't the right time. Or look, just because things lay dormant, a tree doesn't die just because it's wintertime, right? Um, it's still there. It's everything has its season, and sometimes we have a dormant season for a reason. So perhaps it wasn't the right time for him. I don't know. This is kind of encouraging because that Six of Sacred Circles says he can still give to something. This isn't his only shot to get this right. We have a Princess of Cups. This is oftentimes, the Page of Cups. It's the opportunity to give um, an apology. It's the opportunity to give some kind of, I'll say, clarity as well. We have the full moon here and we have the full moon here. I'm almost inclined to read this separately, though. Like, read these two together and read this separately. Like, we also have a message coming through, possibly to whomever we'll perceive as the feminine. And it may be, she's kind of like sneaking through the brush, but she's right next to the tree of life as well, fumbling in the dark a little bit. Sometimes this is about, this is our messenger, right? The pages are our messengers, but this is the spark of emotion. Sometimes we're not ready to admit more than a little spark of emotion. Sometimes it's hidden from us in our subconscious. We're not ready to deal with it. We're not ready to admit it, so we scamper away from it. I almost think this could be the story of two people who are kind of shy, and perhaps two people who have not gravitated toward each other, but maybe there's a reason for that. We have the Fool here. So much like the gentle encouragement to the masculine, we have the gentle encouragement to the feminine as well. Remember, if there's something that you're interested in, instead of shying away from it, at some point sit in one's power and select for yourself, what do you really want? I'm under the impression right now that we maybe are seeing the different reasons characters might not advocate for the love story that they want or the people that they'd like to date. And it's like, well, that's understandable because we all get shy sometimes. We all are not ready sometimes, even though we have a chance. We're in the right place at the right time and we see somebody that we're really attracted to, but we just can't get out of our, hiding energy, our wallflower energy, to step forward and go and talk to someone. Sometimes we can't muster that energy, that courage. And, I think it's understandable that both the divine masculine and divine feminine can experience that, right? Because we're just humans. We're just trying to figure this stuff out. And I like the gentle encouragement that, don't think that's the only chance we've got. Don't think that an opportunity has fully been missed. We'll always have another chance to start really like betting on ourselves. And I say that because with this Fool card, this is that bravery to take a leap of faith forward. But she's holding the card that shows her own self sitting here, hand in her chin, in her groovy pink sweater at this throne. This is about pick the card of your own life and be the lead character in your life and go after what you want. And at one point in time, she kind of scampered away from it, just like he kind of sat and didn't join somebody who was like waiting there at the tree of life for him. So both of them missed an opportunity. I don't know if I would say these two missed an opportunity with each other. In fact, I would say that's not the case at all. I would say this is just looking at two different people and two different reasons that they maybe didn't move forward in their life with something. This is like about regrets, right? And I like the fact that we don't have to live in those regrets. We have more chances to do things differently. Sometimes we won't have the courage, but we can probably learn from those moments where we didn't pursue what we wanted. We have the Four of Sacred Circles here, which is the Four of Pentacles. For this character, that Four of Pentacles is, just all about thinking about the ghosts, and he's kind of caught up in the memories, right? But we also see him reflecting, and there's a time to hold back and sit with ourselves and evaluate things a little bit. And he's got 2-4, so we know he's getting more grounded, and we know the universe is like encouraging, like, yes, go ahead, think through things, ask oneself, why did I not do this? Why did I hold back from that? Are there still some ghostly things that I had to work through? How I said this might be more about like a season of his life where things were kind of just put on ice for a little bit. He misses an opportunity, but he only misses it because it's the cold season. Well, we have the sun, which is going to come in and melt all that snow anyway. I actually kind of think it wasn't the right time for him. So on one hand, it's like when we get really disappointed in ourselves and we're tempted to like chide ourselves and like, oh man, I blew it. I can't believe I missed this opportunity. The universe is coming in and saying, sometimes it's that we weren't ready for the opportunity, but the snow will melt. And guess what? The sun will shine again. And then we might be all, super happy and ready to take those opportunities, ready to, charge up those steps and, take our place in victory. It just feels like, especially when it comes to love, there are moments where we wish we had said something, we wish we had done something, but we didn't. And the universe is pointing out, maybe you weren't ready to. That's okay. It is all right that you weren't ready. Everybody has a moment where they're not ready yet. You don't always have to be ready just because it's there. There's a lot to be said for allowing ourselves the space to get our comfort zone, allowing ourselves the space to get familiar with an idea before charging ahead. And everybody's different, right? You know how everybody learns differently. Like I personally, I want to step back and just watch things being done. I can learn a lot by watching it. But if you are telling me, okay, I have to teach you this, you have to pay attention now, Kate, and you have to, learn. I get nervous. I get so nervous I can't remember my own name. Okay. And Like literally when I go into, oh my God, must absorb, it's like something in my brain shuts down and it's like not going to absorb anything. And I can't answer and I can't think because nervousness will like overwhelm me. So I'm just using that as an example of sometimes we need to have a second or third run at something, get familiar with the landscape, then come back in and approach it when it doesn't feel so new or doesn't feel, maybe he was overwhelmed, maybe he wasn't ready, maybe this is a situation that he wants, but he needed to get his own mind wrapped around something and feel more comfortable and take a second run at this love story, this opportunity. And it's just really nice because it says he's going to get that next opportunity. Okay, now let's go back over to her for a second because there's a really nice really nice energy here with this Queen of Sacred Circles coming in as well. Sorry guys, I don't have any tea sitting next to me. I can't believe I forgot that. I might cough a little here. Boy, this is really coming in with strong divine feminine energy. And again, it's so reassuring. The universe is saying to her, don't worry, you have a huge long lifespan. From babyhood to our old ages, we have so many wonderful years. And we're going to keep learning about ourselves. And every year we're going to learn more about ourselves. And our reactions will probably get better and better because we learn to trust ourselves more and more. Her big challenge has been to listen to her subconscious and not shy away from things that she actually wants and allow herself to choose what she wants. Allow herself to say, why can't I have this if I want this? Why would I shy away from something and think either I'm not worthy of it or I'm not good enough for it or, oh no, that person couldn't want me? Maybe she's had to learn a lot of confidence because this is probably a giver, right? She's coming across as this, Queen of Pentacles, which can oftentimes be like somebody who likes to serve others and forgets that they have to learn how to receive. It's great to want to give so much to others and care about others and be such a support network. But I think it's a very hard lesson sometimes to learn how to receive from others too. I think she only knew how to give and didn't know how to receive. Didn't know how to ask for what she wanted or think she was entitled to ask for what she wanted. And that's changed for her over time. Or at least the universe is saying it will change over time. You're going to get more and more comfortable with this whole giving and receiving flow. You're going to become more and more of a queen and less of a page. You're going to learn that you should expect to receive something back, that's a fair part of the equation, and that it actually makes all relationships more comfortable because everybody knows what footing you're on with them. They know that you expect something in return, that you want something that they've got, that they're worthy and valuable in your eyes. If you only run around and you give to people all the time, especially like in a relationship, you might cheat them out of being able to give you anything. And then they'll feel like, I don't even know what I have to offer. I don't feel very valuable because you do it all. So what role do I play in your life? You don't need anything from me. You don't want anything that I can do for you because you've already done it and pre-thought it and pre-planned it and rolled out the red carpet for me and cooked all the food and done everything for me. So what is my role? Like, do you not think that I have anything to offer? Like, she could unwittingly insult people if she doesn't learn how to receive from them and to tell them that I want to receive from you. So I think that's kind of like her lesson in this. And we can see that she's going to get better and better at this. It's actually, all of this is so great because we have characters that are they're not destined to miss out on love. They might have felt like they blew it. I don't know. I'm so uncomfortable with love stuff. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to connect to others. It never works out for me. But instead, the universe is like, no, darling, you're learning every single time. You're just on this learning curve, and it's going to get better and better and better the more familiar you get with this whole thing we call life and with the thing we call love. And I really like how I feel like both of these characters are going to have very big success in love. Very, very big success in love. It's just taken just a little bit of time. We have a 9 of sacred circles and we have a 9 of wands. So this is 9 of pentacles and 9 of wands. You notice how both of them, this is so perfect, right? Both of them, the masculine and the feminine in this story. Hers was about improving her self-worth, knowing she's allowed to expect somebody to give something back to her. She's not just here to serve others. And his was about allowing himself to heal, allowing himself first to admit if he has a wound and when he's not ready, and then knowing that he can heal. The nines are personal. It's what we go through to brush up on our final skills right before we're ready to get to the 10. The 10, where we're going to share energy with other people. We're going to share a life with others. And I just feel like the universe is like, darlings, you're totally right on track with everything. You're doing all the lessons that you're supposed to. Neither one of you is missing a single one of the homework assignments. You're totally on track. You guys are doing great. I really like this one. It's so relieving. It's so soothing to see that they're learning everything that they're supposed to about themselves, about self-acceptance, and they're going to be great partners for, well, in this case, possibly for each other, because we do have that 8 of Wands. If this is shared energy, it did come out sideways. If suddenly the universe is going to give them an opportunity to bump into each other after they've done this work, after they've each separately, I almost feel like this is 2 people who've been through some stuff in life, right? And now we see them wrapping up their solo journeys, and the universe is like, they're going to get a chance to bump into each other. And then we'll see if they want to chit chat. These 2 will probably be in much better energy, much more self-assured energy. I mean, she's going to be a Queen of Pentacles. He's got the energy of the Sun. I kind of feel like both of them are going to be in amazing energy, and I'll say brave enough and bold enough and comfortable in their own skin enough to actually start to talk to each other. So well worth it, isn't it, for these two to have done the work on themselves to get this comfortable, so that then when they do encounter each other, this is like 2 healed people that will have a real chance at building something. So nice. We've got that Princess of Sacred Circles. So again, this is the page. This is we can plant a seed now, a seed of conversation, getting to know each other. Anytime we see a child or a baby, it's always talking about something to nurture, something to grow, something to build, something to protect, which would be, the 2 of them starting dialogue, starting a relationship, and actually believing in a foundation. Like, I can tell this person's interested in talking to me, and I know they would be, because I'm worthy of talking to, and I want to hear what they have to say, and I'm ready to talk and also to listen. It just feels like we have a great foundation coming for these 2. So whatever time there has been, whatever, wasted time or failed relationships they've had, the universe is like, none of it was a failure. None of it was a waste. None of it was missed opportunities. It was just homework assignments. And you know what? Believe it or not, you've been completing them, knocking them out of the park. In fact, one after the other after the other. You guys, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm going to have a little coughing attack. I can feel it coming. I've got to stop here. Thank you guys so much for being here. Lots of love. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to say hi to everybody tonight. Excuse me.